So we store, manage, and process data for free. Right?
No way. Wait. Hold on. Say that again. You store, manage, and process data for free, no cost.
Correct.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay. All right. So I think that would get everybody's attention.
Yeah.
Hi, everybody. It's Emily from Hopscotch Interactive, and I have an incredibly special guest today. I'm so glad that I live in Berkeley, California, in the Bay Area, because we get to have very amazing guests come through. And so today we've got Paul Mead from GeoNadir. Welcome.
Thanks very much. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, it's awesome to be here. And so tell me what brings you to Cal.
Yeah, so GeoNadir is a Australian-based startup. So my wife and co-founder, Dr. Karen Joyce, were over here in the States just showing GeoNadir to a few people like yourself. And so Karen's doing a few lectures at UC Berkeley and a couple of other universities. And talking to sort of potential users of what we do with drone mapping.
Okay, so the key word here is drone mapping. And as you guys all know, I love drones, I love mapping, I love spatial information. And so when I saw what they were doing, and actually also have to give a big shout out and thank you to Sharon for connecting us from Women in Drones. And so thank you, Sharon. I'm so super glad for the connection. And so in any case, I love all this stuff, and I saw what they were doing, and so you're going to walk me through some of your technology and share with us and share with the people that are watching why you built it.
Yeah. So look, so we've had this obsession with observing our Earth from above, right? Like back when pigeons had cameras on them for the world wars. I'm
trying to imagine like a pigeon foot with a camera on it.
Google it, it's there. And
okay.
Then we've had balloons, we've gone into satellites, and then we had these things called drones thrown into the hands of us that we could get from our favorite retailer. And
then all chaos broke loose.
All chaos broke loose. But it's democratized the collection of Earth observation data. And we're obsessed with observing our Earth from above because it is really valuable data. Our Earth is changing. There's no two ways about it. Our Earth is changing. And if we can observe that change in our Earth, then we can actually measure it and we can do something about it. And we've been doing that with satellites. But the problem with satellites is that they have this really, the resolution is 30 meters for a lot of the free data, maybe down to sort of 5 or 10 meters for a lot of the more expensive data. But drones, we can get sub-centimeter pixel resolution, so we can get ultra-high resolution.
Right, we're a lot closer to our subjects. Yeah. And I've seen that. I've seen the artifacting. I've seen the way that it looks. Even most people are familiar with Google Earth and these types of images. It's chunky. It's a nice reference point, but there's low fidelity, and we don't really get the detailed imagery that we need.
Yep, absolutely. But hey, there's some problems with drone data as well, right? So we know that when we go out and we collect that data, it's big data, right? The file sizes are big when you're collecting hundreds of photos to do a drone mapping mission.
Yeah.
It becomes really hard to process that data. I either have to have a beefy computer that can process it, it's got the processing power to process it, or I have to put it on the cloud. But then if I have it on the cloud, well, how do I actually then use it and share it with people, right? So it becomes very challenging to use that data and overwhelming to analyze at scale.
Yeah.
But then how do I share it? Because we're in a collaborative world now where we expect our workflows to be collaborative, to be able to share with people who are working in a different city or just remotely from the office. And so all of this combined to us to go, well, there's no tools out there to do this. We've got the fantastic Earth observation tool to capture the data, but then how do we use that data? And the tools that were out there, well, they were sort of lacking in some of those key things that as a workflow we really expect.
Okay.
So that's why we built GeoNadir. Karen has a remote sensing background, so she's been doing this for decades and trying to bring those powerful remote sensing analytical tools into the platform as well is something that we're really keen to do.
Amazing. So, and you were showing me you were walking me through the platform. You were showing me that you have users in 68 countries right now.
Yep.
So 68 countries, hundreds of thousands, millions of images.
So 750,000 images to date.
Okay, so
growing
approaching a million images, very quickly likely that you'll surpass that by the end of this year, I would imagine, right? So in that way that these are network and, network effects and communities, and as people see that they have a valuable tool at their disposal, then they're going to start sharing this. And this works like you mentioned, and I thought this was a great analogy. You said it's pretty much like Google, right? Like I can pretty much like share a document like Google Docs.
Yeah.
And so all the processing is happening here in the cloud, or not here, but is happening in the cloud. I have a map, and when we look at that, we can see where everything is located geographically, which I think is so helpful. But then you can collaborate and you can work with other people remotely on these documents, annotations, measurements. Tell me, what is the typical use case right now?
Yeah, so the typical use case is someone who is a drone pilot. They've got a drone, they know how to fly it, and they want to collect drone mapping data for themselves. So maybe they work within government or an environmental consultancy, and for their work, they need to collect it for their projects. Maybe they have clients that they're collecting data for. Maybe they are a surveyor that wants to collect some data to help with some of their analysis. But at the end of the day, you're collecting data to observe the Earth from above, to build into your workflow. And so what we do in there is first off, when you collect that data, you need somewhere to store it. So we store it. We then, once you upload it, we then process it into the Orthomosaic and the digital elevation models. And then we display it for you on the map. Now you can either choose to store that privately or publicly on the global map. And on the global map, that means that you can share that data with others, and you can use others' data that they've shared on the global map as well. So it then becomes that community of open data for sharing.
And then when you say sharing, does that mean downloading other people's data that they have uploaded and you've processed for them?
Yeah.
So I could grab a GLTF, I could grab a JPEG, I could grab any version. What do you make available?
Absolutely, yeah. So we store, manage, and process data for free. Right?
No way. Wait, hold on. Say that again. You store, manage, and process data for free, no cost.
Correct.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay. All right. So I think that would get everybody's attention.
Yeah. So that's done for free, and then from there, there's a subscription model that you then can get access to other tools. So whether that's some download tools to be able to download the GeoTIFFs or use the tile mapping service link to stream into a GIS, right? Why download something if you can stream it into a GIS? We then have, it's called projects, and this is where you start to do some of that analysis of the data. Hey, great to go out and get a great orthomosaic of the area, but so what if you can't start to create some insights from that data, right? That's why we collect this data. So get the data, put it into a project, and then you can start to draw polygons around different features or lines. So you're working with a client and they want to, do some, hey, can you measure my site for me? Well, you can measure that off the Orthomosaic. Or you can start to draw on there where there's problems on that site and annotate it for the engineers. Or you can start to do some of that design on there on where a new culvert is going. There's a whole range of use cases there. We look at the Earth from above, so then we can start to put the pieces together and
I love
where
it.
the project is going.
That is so cool. So what are you guys looking for right now in terms of traction on your platform? If somebody is interested in, or maybe they've used something like Drone Deploy, but they'd like to try something different, and this sounds like a really interesting option for them, what do you think, or what are you looking for? Like, would you just like to get more users right now? What is it that GeoNadir needs to be successful, you know, for the long term? What are you looking at?
Well, come and join the community.
Right? I love that. Okay.
So there's over 4,000 people using it at the moment.
Yeah.
So it's free to join. You know, sign up, get started, upload your first data set, and try it out. You know, we know we have absolute confidence in what is uploaded there. You know, it's a quality Orthomosaic, and we know that the tools are there for people to use. But it costs nothing to get started. If you enjoy it, then hey, you can buy a subscription. We've got people all around the world using it. We've got enterprise users using it as well.
I mean, I can see, like, so I'll show this, of course, in the video, but I can see right now there are uploads from, goodness gracious, all over Australia, Africa, South Africa. I mean, every continent, really. Yeah. You've got uploads from everywhere. I was so I have to just say that when I first started using Matterport many years ago, and I was excited about making 3D models. I wasn't even thinking about making aerial models or models, you know, from drone at that point. But I was always excited about putting my content on the map for other people to see and share. Honestly, it wasn't necessarily because I wanted to use the data. It was because I was just excited that I had made it. And I felt like this is something that people from other places would also like to see. And I love that it's a community that you're building. And I love that this is something that is free to use. And of course, if people want to do more, they can. But they can get started really just posting or, you know, they have to create the content, but then processing it, posting it, sharing it is really available to anybody who is flying a drone.
Absolutely.
So, okay. Oh my goodness. Well, thank you, Paul. I'm so glad that you could share this with us today. And I really look forward to catching up with you and Karen, of course, hopefully, you know, very soon. So we could see how things are going for GeoNadir and your amazing product. Thank you.
No worries. Thanks so much.
Oh, and if you guys want to reach out to Paul, what's the best way to do that?
Yep. So just go to our website, geonadir.com. And all the details are on there.
Okay, so geonadir.com. I will put the link in the description. If you enjoyed this video, let us know. Put a comment in the comments for us. And of course, don't forget to like and subscribe. And thanks again.
No worries.
All right. Okay. Ciao.
Bye.